Live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Purple Pill Podcast Show, the number one dating podcast in the DFW. I'm here with my co-host, my guy.
Yo, what's going on? It's Dez.
Yes, sir. All right, my name is Bassett, and we got some beautiful ladies here on the panel for y'all. Ladies, can I get your name, relationship status, occupation, and an interesting fact about yourself?
My name is Madison Sheehan. Relationship status, I am in a relationship happily. What I do for a job, I am a massage therapist and a personal trainer. An interesting fact about myself, I actually like pineapple on pizza.
What?
That's going to cause a lot of...
So it's
Sure.
like, how does it taste like? You ever had shit like that, bro?
Oh yeah, I love that shit.
It's really good.
I love it. I actually like spicy Hawaiian pizza. Get the pineapple, jalapenos, ham, pepperoni. Throw that shit in.
I never had them.
Stellar combo.
What
So
the
good.
fuck? Yo, let me know what y'all think about that,
That
man.
one's fine.
Pineapple on pizza. What the fuck?
It's good.
Yeah, Canadian pizza has
With
pineapple.
jalapenos.
All right, and you?
My name is Daniela Loriano, and I forgot the rest of the questions.
So it's your name, occupation, dating status, and something interesting about yourself.
Oh, my occupation is being a bad bitch. I don't know if we can say it on here, but that's my occupation.
Okay.
It's hard, but
What
I deal.
what does being a bad bitch entail?
You know, first thing, waking up early. Thank you, God. Amen.
Yep.
And getting this bread and be nice and wonderful and having beautiful friends like Maddie. And then my relationship status is single.
That was a long pause.
Yeah, you didn't
I have to think about it. I didn't know if I wanted to say happy, complicated. I don't know.
you didn't sound too sure about that. Are you single, kind of single, or single?
I'm talking to somebody, but I'm single.
Okay.
I
So
can do whatever I
so,
want.
so
You're
she's
still
kind
free.
of single. Okay. All right, bet.
And then the last question was
An interesting fact about yourself.
an interesting fact about myself.
A hot girl gotta have something going on. What's going on?
Dang, yeah.
You're supposed to be a hot girl, right?
I'm fired, retired. No, I'm kidding.
What, you're fired from being a hot girl?
Yeah, I'm fired
I'm
from my
sorry.
occupation. Right, I had no interest. I don't know, something interesting about myself. I'm really nice.
You're really nice.
I'm a really nice person.
I'm disappointed.
I know, don't put me on the spot. Yeah, go.
Okay, so we just get started real quick. With some basic relationship, dating dynamics type of questions. So first one is, what do you believe are the harsh realities of modern dating that people need to wake up to? So we'll say like things that might not be like general knowledge, things that might not be known to people from the jump, and it just like sticks out to you, and you think like that's a problem in the dating world.
Modern day dating problem that I've heard this recently happened in my job is that because girls in our day is more materialistic and modern, that because men, like we were talking about earlier, bring home the dough, that they are allowed to cheat, and that we, like, men can cheat, and if women do it, it's a problem because they make more money or they take care of you. That is a big modern problem because cheating is not okay.
So you're saying like men cheat because they're like the providers, and that's a problem?
The context was like someone at my job was like, oh, like getting flowers for women, like this and that, and we were like, women like flowers still, like this and that, and it was like, well, then men should be allowed to cheat. I'm taking care of you, I'm getting you flowers, I'm taking care of you, I should be allowed to cheat. But if you cheat or if you even talk to another man, that's disgusting. Like, no. And when they said that, like someone recently said that at my job, and I was like, is that? And I think a lot of guys do actually think like that it's okay for them to cheat because, oh, y'all just care about money, and if the next guy comes with money, then you're gonna leave me. But all women aren't like that. So that's a modern day problem. You are not allowed to cheat. No one's allowed to cheat.
So would you say that you, like, let's say we were to pick, right? Let's say a faithful man, but he's broke, or a rich man, but he cheats here and there. What would you pick in that situation? No, it's you. It's your
Me?
question. Yeah.
I would choose a broke, faithful man because
So that would
it like Diaries. What's that? Diaries of a Mad Black Woman. You gonna be rich, and then as soon as you broke, you gonna want me to take care of you, and you gonna want me to be there for you. But when you got money, you're a cheater and you're a liar. I'd rather have a broke, faithful man because then when he gets money, I know that rich or for poor, like for better or for worse.
You say that, but you don't know for sure. It's always a gamble. Like no matter what relationship type it is. It's just-
exactly.
I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna be like, honey, I know for sure. I'm like, I live by the book. Guys, I'm like, I be holding them down. I'm like, nah.
And what about you, then? Like, what would you prefer in that situation? A rich man, but he cheats here and there, or a poor guy, but he's 100% faithful?
Can I double back and answer your question before that?
Go ahead.
The problem that I think with that question is I think that genuinely women think that they have to choose, and I truly believe they don't. And a lot of the blame how men act falls on women because a lot of women have low standards, and that falls on the fact of a lot of traumatic events growing up in households, a lot of broken families, a lot of people coming from a lot of broken families. And I think that a man who's truly in his masculine energy and a man who truly loves the woman that he's with will not cheat on her. And a man who's truly in his masculine energy will be a provider. That doesn't have to mean that he will be a multimillionaire, but he's going to make sure that his wife, his kids, the woman in his life is going to be his number one priority, and he's just going to take care of her.
That was actually surprising to me. I'm curious, because I would always think that guys seem to have really low standards, and on average, girls seem to have high standards. Like they're looking for more. They want guys should be asking for as much as girls are, but it seems like we haven't really met in the middle. So a lot of women want so many things for their partner, and a lot of guys are like, as long as she's attractive, as long as she's nice to me. They got like 3 things on their list, 4 things maybe tops.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
I think that men have
Be close into the mic.
I think that men have low standards in different areas that women have low standards. A man is easily distracted by what he sees visually, but that is also a man who is not in control of himself, who does not have sexual discipline, who is not like thriving in his masculine energy, because a man who's really thriving in his masculine energy will see a woman who's maybe a 10 and is going to cause him hell and headaches, and
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, and he's going to choose maybe someone that's like a 6 or a 7 or maybe even a 5, a woman that brings him peace, makes him feel comfortable. And a man who is sexually disciplined, right? A man who is sexually disciplined will not cheat on a woman like that because he realizes that what he has is special. Most women are not like that, and he's going to value that. But to comment on how men have low standards, I think that also we have to put that back into media and to society, because just in the media, we've been pushed so much that a woman's only value or her key value is her looks. Mm-hmm. And that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth.
I can agree with that.
Well, I mean, to comment on that, I wouldn't say that a woman's primary value is her looks, but it's the first thing you see. Mm-hmm. It's the first thing about somebody that you notice. And with the guy, not necessarily the first thing you see, but with women, when you're trying to like take them out, the first thing they'll notice is if you can lead them or not. Mm-hmm. If you could plan dates out, if you're able to put up fronts and execute a date. So for a man, it's pretty much what value you can bring, and for a woman, it's mostly her look. That's the first thing you'll notice when interacting with one another.
And that blows me away. The funny thing was, I've heard women like say that to me when I've been on dates. I was like, is the bar that low? they're like complimenting me on like planning a good date. I was like, I just did this while I was bored.
But that's what I mean by women have low standards nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I don't agree that a woman's looks are her only value. I don't agree that at all.
And that was like a part of it.
And I didn't say that. I said it's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that's noticed. Just like how with the guy, the first thing you take account to is if he can lead, if he can plan out dates, if he can execute them also.
I think that also depends on the women. A lot of women, unfortunately, the first thing they see in a man is how he looks, and that's also why a lot of women are
in a bad
disappointed
situation,
by
yeah.
men, because they're only looking at their looks. And to comment on why I feel like so many men like fixate on women's appearance is, again, the media. Is because in the rap music, the movies that we watch, even dating shows that we watch, it's women are objectified for our beauty. We are very beautiful creatures, but that's what the media just pushes it as. Like, that's what they're good for. A woman isn't good after a certain age, instead of looking at the positive sides of femininity that really bring value, like nurturing, caring, respect, a peaceful household, someone that can take care of you and the kids, and be a partner.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that the media has made the looks thing more exaggerated. I think that was always like the first thing guys noticed. But I think media probably pushed ignoring all the other elements. So I think back in the day, they looked first, and then they were looking at all those other things. And so if the looks were there and the other qualities weren't, they dip out.
Yeah.
But now they're ignoring those other elements because of like media, how you're brought up, things like that.
Yeah. Also, like, I get it that you're saying our media pushes, the narrative a certain way, pushes narrative of women a certain way, but also look at it this way: media nowadays, people don't watch the fucking news no more that much. People don't watch commercials that much anymore. What is in the media nowadays is social media. It's things like Twitter, things like Instagram, Facebook.
TikTok.
Yeah, basically. So it's media, but it's media that you control. So you put out into the media, into the internet and all that, what you basically want.
What you want to see.
Like, people aren't forcing these girls on OnlyFans.
No, not at all.
People aren't forcing these girls to take provocative pictures like that on Instagram.
I agree.
So they control what they put out there. It's not necessarily a narrative or nothing like that. At least not the majority. The majority is things that you can control. The majority are things that these girls choose to put out there. So
But it's also the benefits you get from it too.
now,
Like if it's like a feedback loop. If you're putting those things out there and you keep on getting like a positive response, you may be tempted to do it more.
Exactly.
Which isn't an excuse.
Okay, and I was gonna say, have you ever heard where they're like how you're saying,
get close to the mic.
oh, those girls are putting this and that on OnlyFans, and they don't have to be doing that. And like the way we look at it is like, oh man, that's so sad. She's like selling her body. She's this and that. But then this one girl that I know, she posted, and she was basically like, has it ever occurred to you maybe those girls love themselves so much and care and want so much for a better life that they know they're going to be judged for posting this provocative stuff and doing this stuff, but because in the end they want this thing so bad, you judging them is not going to change away from that money they need to finish school or to this and that. So I don't, when people are like, oh, these girls don't have to do that, they don't have to, but it's not to say it's wrong that they're doing it. They're just doing their own thing. And then I was going to say what you were saying about men and women dating in this time period. Do you guys want like to be married and have a white picket fence life? That was a question I was going to ask.
Go you first, bro.
All right. I'm going to say for me, not really, unless I see like the benefits are there. If I like truly trust that person, but there's going to be like a lot of hurdles and a lot of bars that are going to be put in place to where I feel like we have the same goal and it's actually worth it. But I feel like it's rarely worth it.
To have like kids
marriage.
And be married and
the marriage part, like the kids part, the long-term like fulfilling relationship, I see value in that, but I don't really see value in the marriage.
Like just the paperwork.
Yeah, the paperwork.
Oh.
Yeah, and with me, yeah, marriage sounds cool. My parents are married. There's, I was raised in a marriage, and also with marriage, with like values and relationship and things like that in marriage. But with me right now, marriage is not in the forefront of my mind. I'm not thinking about that shit. No.
What about you, Maddie?
Yeah, I would love to have the fairy tale lifestyle. And again, I love what you said, Danielle, because it's all perspective. One person's perspective could look at an OnlyFans model and think that she has no respect for herself. And then another person could look at her and think that she has all the respect for herself.
Because she wants that so bad.
Exactly. So I would love to get married and have the fairy tale life that everybody talks
Me
about.
too.
And it would, of course, have to be, with the right person, with the right conditions. And I think that, that goes back to having standards. And I wanted to comment. I have so much to say all the time, so I hope you don't mind if I go back. But I wanted to comment on how a lot of women that do put themselves out there and do have OnlyFans, and you're like, they could be doing so many things, but I want you to try to put yourself in the shoes of a woman, especially in this generation, that your whole life, the biggest value that you've been told through all of the media and all of the movies, your family, your friends, is your looks. It doesn't matter how good you do in school and athletics. People praise you mostly on your looks, mostly as a woman. So you have to understand the subconscious mind is a very strong thing, and especially that has a lot of impressions on people. So a lot of women will go through life thinking that since they've been praised for the only thing that they're praised as is how beautiful they look, so they put all this time and all this effort into their beauty, and then they go and they monetize off of that because their whole life they've been told you are beautiful, which is a good thing. But a lot of the times people don't nurture young women in other areas that they need to be nurtured in. And that's why since men put so much value on a woman's appearance, that also makes a woman very vain, because she knows the better she looks, the better quality man that she can get.
Or that's what she thinks.
Or at least that's what she thinks.
And I was gonna
Right.
say, you know what we call those girls nowadays? We call them bimbos. Nothing but their looks matter. They're a bimbo, but you know what also sucks? Men freaking love bimbos.
I just wanted to try to understand.
And I'm not saying in a bad way, but men
psychology.
look at looks first, and like they don't want a
Close
girl
to the
who
mic.
they don't want a girl who's smarter than them, makes more money than them, and it's more inferior than how we were talking about what makes a man feminine or what makes a woman masculine. Like, if you want to get married, have a white picket fence life, and be a little PTA mom and stay home and be a housewife, like, but you're also a hard getting independent woman, that kind of scares a man a little bit. So that's where
It's just a personality type. Like different people, different sexes like different things. I'd say there's some guys who'd be down for, I'd say either sex wants at least equal, but someone who gets more, like someone who's more intelligent, it's like that's not gonna mesh. So if it's a guy or a girl, they don't want someone who's more intelligent than them. You're not gonna relate.
Are you saying everybody? Because I love people who are more intelligent than me. I love learning. I love someone who's teaching me new
I'd
words.
say if they're like slightly more, then you can probably have a sustainable relationship. But if it's like a huge gap, then there's not going to be a connection there because they're just
don't
way
make me
past
feel
your
dumb.
level.
But like at the same time, I'm down to learn.
Or there's someone's that smart, they're going to make you feel dumb unintentionally.
Also, to what you were talking about earlier, that basically women are kind of sort of being, because they're praised for their beauty, that's what they're gonna go for, that's what they're gonna put out more.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you a question. What's the percentage of population of students are women?
To men.
Yeah, in regard to men.
What do you mean by what population of students?
Like
how many are women and how many are men?
Exactly.
Students?
Yeah.
Like
college students?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have no idea.
So women outnumber men. I think it's like chat
40%.
No.
It's a huge a huge gap.
Yeah. So I think it's some maybe 70 chat, fact check me on that. I think it's 70% women and 30% men. So women are in education, they're purported in politics, they're pushed out there a lot, so you can't really say that people are really valuing or kind of making women feel like their only value is their looks. No, because they're pushing them to get in schools, to get in politics, like I said earlier, and to get in business, to get in the army even, So what you say is not true, because they're not necessarily making them feel like their only choice or their only value is their looks.
What was the original question? Go ahead.
No, it wasn't a question. She just brought up the fact that women have no choice but to get on social media and kind of
play off their looks.
I want to correct myself. I didn't say women have no choice. I said that a lot of women are subconsciously, their belief system is their only value is their looks. Because as a young woman, I'm telling you from a young woman's point of view, what I was mostly praised for was my looks, not my academics, not anything else. It's just how beautiful you are. That's not the only thing that a woman offers. A lot of women are tricked into believing that that might be the only thing that they offer. As to how many women are going into law, school,
Yeah.
finances.
Yeah.
I think that is a huge movement that a lot of women have been deprived from for a long time in the past, especially in this country. And now that women have an opportunity to be able to do that, we are going for it. But the sad part is a lot of people go into these big decisions and they have no chief aim or chief goal in life. So they're still going through life lost. I see a lot of men that, can go into sales right off the bat. They don't have to have a college degree, college education. Men still do. I feel like personally, it is a man's world.
Women do
Women
better
run
in
it.
sales, though.
I would say yes, women
Yeah.
do better in sales. But just for example, I can only speak from my personal experience. My dad doesn't have any high school education. He's a white man, obviously, and he has done very, very well for himself. In
But
his
also,
life.
was he? I mean, he's older, so he'd be ahead of the game, ahead of where we are now, to where it might be challenging for someone else. Just like how like housing and things like that, where it's like they had like a lot of great opportunities because there wasn't this gold rush, or there wasn't this huge rush for like schooling for housing. Where now it's like too many people want these good deals, and now the prices have raised for all these things. So now we're kind of, unless you make it, you're kind of fucked in those situations.
I feel like the best answer to that question is we're going to have seasons regardless. You're going to have a season when you're reaping and you're going to have a season when you're sowing in life, that there are difficulties and
This is
there
gonna be
are
a long ass season.
there's difficulties and
Yeah.
there's opportunities, and it's up to you to take advantage of the opportunities so you can weather the difficulties. And if you do not take advantage of the opportunities, the only person you have to blame for is yourself. Factual. Every person alive has about 4 to 5 opportunities to become an extremely wealthy, free individual, and a lot of people pass up to them due to their past subconscious conditioning, being told that their only value is their appearance, or that they're not good enough, or that they'll never amount to anything, because we are raised by a generation of wounded people that were never taught to heal their trauma.
Is it condition or is it choice?
Facts.
What
Because
do you mean? What is condition or choice? I said a lot right there. I'm sorry.
no, because you said that the decisions people make nowadays is not necessarily their fault, but they've been conditioned to think think this way or another. But is it conditioning or is it choice? Because nowadays, I don't see nobody out here forcing people to do things.
It's not
or
forced. It's
another.
more like being comfortable. I was just saying this earlier. Like sometimes being conditioned is like you may not want to do something, but it's almost like muscle memory. Like you maybe don't want to throw this cup, but your muscle memory is used to it, so you're gonna do it. So it's the same thing as like getting comfortable. You'll get so comfortable in a relationship or something like that that you don't want to leave until you.
Okay, so
Or distractions. Nowadays we all have distractions. We have our phones. We have this and that. Nowadays when I'm sitting at my 9 to 5 job,
yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking like,
Quick question for all three of you. What percentage do you think is conditioning, and what percentage do you think is your own actions? Like, how much do you think you have sway in that?
I think that you always have control of yourself if you can develop yourself to the level of emotional intelligence and self-discipline. What happens is so many people, and it's so sad, what happens is that we are not taught the same things. We're brainwashed, hypnotized, and distracted not to pay attention to the things that really make sense, that could really change our lives. So we have people that really truly want to be good people, that really truly want to choose to be a good person, but they have been so conditioned that they don't know how to break out of that cycle, and they've been taught not how to break out of that cycle. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't go and search for the correct information that can free themselves.
well, it's not that they don't go
So-
search for the correct information. Sometimes you don't know how to take that first step. And I know because I'm one of those people that I love a distraction. When I'm going through a hard time, I can go out to the club. I can go out and do this and that. You wouldn't know I was having a bad time or something was going on because I need that distraction.
So from what you said, I
keep-
think you think it's probably like 70-30, like 70 action.
What I'm going to say about what she just said, and this is perfect.
And like it's not that
You
I'll choose to,
are-
but like I could sit at home right now and I could cry about this and that, but it ain't gonna change my current situation. So I would rather be conditioned to get on my phone, go out tonight, and like
I think that
be
once
distracted.
someone has lived the way that their life has for so long. It's something called hypnotic rhythm. For everyone that's listening, it's a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. I highly suggest that you read it or listen to it in audio format. It tells you everything that you need to know. Hypnotic rhythm, if you continue to do habitual things all the time, you do it without even thinking. You do it with your job, you do it with your thoughts, you do it with your emotions. If you continuously feel bad emotions for years, you will do it without a single thought. What you're doing, Danny, and I love you with all of my heart, you are only being like 1% aware. You're allowing yourself to be distracted with.
Well, I am not allowing myself. I choose to be distracted. I couldn't
Exactly.
sit home. I love myself. I'm very confident. I'm very secure. I like to be distracted because in my heart, personally, I'm one of those people that feel like I'm not going. Like right now, say I need $1,000. Unless somebody here gonna give me $1,000, or I could go out there and get that $1,000, or somebody giving me a shift to give me that. I'm not gonna sit here and weep on the moment so long. I would rather go and do into other people. It might be like, well, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're distracting yourself, you're spending money, whatever. But like, to me, that's what makes me persevere and have resilience and keep going, is to those distractions. And to you, when you're like, oh, it's distractions, sometimes those distractions are good. You
Yeah,
read a book.
that's
I
true.
like to read on my phone. It keeps my eyes open to read a Kindle or to read a book on my phone than to rather turn the pages. It's different fonts, same situations. We just go about it differently. You're still distracted when you're going to the pool, going to the gym, this and that.
That's true.
It's healthier things maybe than me going out, getting drinks, or this
feel-
and
wait,
that,
no,
and
no,
shopping
there's
and
a
spending money I don't have.
So what's your
You're
percentage then?
distracted. I'm
What is the
focused.
percentage? Because
Yeah, real quick.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, so you're
I would
focused.
say-
I have focus too, but I just
One at a time.
I have focus. You shop, I shop. We just I don't
What-
know. You go first because I don't know. Yeah, what is the percentage? I say we're both distracted, but you say you're focused. I can't be focused without distracting
Your percentage
myself.
is?
I think that a person has 100% complete control of their actions as long as they are completely
Hallelujah.
self-aware. If you're not self-aware and you refuse to acknowledge the fact that you are completely aware of your actions, you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, and I'm self-aware. I'm saying I like being distracted. I can stay home.
I will say,
This is a choice I make. So you're right. It's 100%. Everyone has a choice. We are not being forced to be on our phones. We're not being forced to be distracted. We're not forced to be lazy. We do it because we choose to. We're 100%.
I want to say this. I'm
Go
Because
ahead.
if all the power lines went down and we had no phones, we'd walk outside and go meet each other and have dinner and talk like normal people.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard
You?
of that story of the baby elephant? When a circus gets a baby elephant, they'll tie it to a rope and put a stake in the ground, and the baby elephant will try to get free, but it never does. And then by the time that they're a huge elephant, they just have a tiny little rope and the stake driven into the ground. And it's like, this elephant is huge.
Yeah.
It could run off at any point that it
But
wants
it
to.
still feels like
Yeah.
it's
But
chained
the
up.
trainers have conditioned it so much that it feels like it cannot be free. The same thing happens to a human subconscious mind.
And that
that's-
example is why I think it's 60-40.
No,
I think
cap.
no, I'm gonna tell you why, and
Go
I'll
ahead.
let me explain it.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So you always have a choice, but there's like built up elements, like you said. There's trauma from family, trauma from your situation, wherever you are, and some people are built for it. Some people, they come out of that shit way stronger, and some people come out way weaker. Like they're mentally just down, and they still
Tired,
still have a chance, but they can't break from that. They can, but they don't feel like they
It's gonna
can.
take
You know what
time.
I
It's
would-
gonna take time. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and forget that trauma. It's like people who are 30 and they have trauma from when they're 60.
But 60-40 means they still have a chance. They
Yeah,
can still
for
fight
sure.
through it. Like there's the opportunity to
But then
push
it's
through.
them
Don't cut 'em
choosing
off.
to. Yeah, sorry.
Don't cut him off. Let him finish.
But yeah, that means there's always that opportunity to push through. But for a lot of people, which is why we're in the situation we are now with the world in general, is that those people feel like there is no option. And there's a lot of options out there, but if you feel like there's no option, you're not going to be looking.
I want to say this. And the biggest thing you said is like part of how people feel and how people, if they really wanted to or like have the choice, they could change, but
Yeah.
sometimes they have difficulty because of their conditioning.
Mhm.
I think the most beautiful thing is the only thing that can change that is someone's environment that they put themselves in. If someone truly wants to change and they're still in a negative environment, they aren't going to get the change and the growth that they're looking for, but it's up to them to push through and go to a positive environment and they'll thrive.
Usually the two biggest changes are either changing your environment to a positive environment or hitting rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't hit rock bottom and you feel comfortable, then those people seem to never change because it's not that bad yet. Like it's pretty bad. Like they're living in poverty. They still have a roof over their head. They have family. So like they really don't need to develop. They feel like they don't really need to develop because
They're comfortable.
they're in a decent spot. Like they're not starving. They're getting enough.
You know what the craziest part is though? If you could just like feel good in that area, like feel how you would feel with all of your desires fulfilled and like not resist at all, everything you want would come to you. But we resist so much.
Do you have anything else before I get in it?
No, I agree with what both of y'all were saying. Very much facts.
All right, so I get it. You know, all that. You might not be able to control your situations. You might not be able to necessarily where you're born into the environment you're born into. It definitely has a factor, but I mean, how can you say that? How can you say that it's 60-40, 60% your choice and 60%?
I think I was being nice, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably like 70-30, 80-20. Because most people stay within their income bracket. So say their parents are middle class, they'll be middle class.
Mm-hmm.
Say they're like rich millionaires, then they'll be millionaires.
Yeah.
And then if they're lower class, they'll be lower class. So really, the people who break out of that, they're the legit people. Like say the people who are like poor and make it up to the millionaires, they put in work.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone can put in work, but it's that mentality and it's that whole thing of feeling like you're trapped, like the elephant situation,
Mm-hmm.
where if they're stuck like that, then they don't believe it, so they're not going to try.
Yeah, but how can you say all that when there are people, when there are Mexicans crossing the border and fucking hot ass trailers and shit, risking their lives to cross the border to come over to come over here in the United States, and we got people in Palestine, you know, getting shot up, getting bombed and shit like that. How can you say that when we have all these freedoms in the United States, these opportunities in the United States, but there are people that are fighting tooth and nail, risking their lives to get down here.
But that's the thing. There's some people who are in those situations. They see that some people don't try to get across the border. They stay where they're at because they're comfortable. The people who are risking their life are the ones who are the 10%.
Mm-hmm.
They're the people who see like that potential. They're like, okay, I got this. Like I want to make a better life for themselves. And even that better life, I mean, in reality, when they're moving here, that better life is like the bottom tier for us. But for them, that's like the upper echelon because they have nothing where they're from.
Yeah, but those same people, yeah, some of them do stay, you know, in Mexico, so to speak. There's still some people in Mexico, but some of them do try to cross the border. The reason they try to cross the border is for a better opportunity because we have opportunity here. And those people, I'll say a decent population of them, like maybe majority even, kind of sort of make a life for themselves.
I'm going to say it now. All those immigrants are the 20% of their country. They see the opportunity and they're coming here to make it. And so if they survive crossing the border,
yeah,
or paying for however much they have, like an African immigrant, an Indian immigrant,
yeah,
Chinese immigrant, they're paying bank to make money here. Like they have to fly to get here.
No, most of them aren't flying though.
No, I'm saying like
Crossing
no
the border,
matter
that's
what.
we're talking about.
No, I'm saying like Mexicans, they're crossing the border. But anyone who's like from another country who's actually like across the ocean,
yeah,
they're paying money to get here. They're basically paying their life savings to bank on a good opportunity here.
Yeah.
They're not banking on a good opportunity. The American dream is a scam.
No, they're banking on opportunity because
most people come here and they realize
let them finish.
Most of those people who come here make it. Like immigrants, they got like the highest percentage of like success rate.
Exactly. So
that's why it's a like I said, it's a mentality thing. You're right.
Yeah.
But those people don't believe it. So for them, they
don't believe what?
That they can make it. They don't see the opportunity. That's why they're not in the 20%.
How can a foreigner see the opportunity in the United States when you're a citizen of the United States?
Because they're fucking comfortable. they got it good.
Yeah.
They got it good.
Yeah. Okay. So you said it, but they make that choice to be comfortable, motherfuckers. They make that choice to sit down and on their fucking couch and play video games all the damn time. What's the word?
No.
Go ahead.
No, that is not true. That is not true. So whatever, first off, I was so many years old when I realized we are all not getting the same pay. You're probably an American citizen. Let's assume we're all American citizens here. We are not getting the same pay at this job that we are working at McDonald's right now. So me being
ask for the pay.
Yes. I did not know that. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know that. I thought when they give you a job and they say this is how much we're paying between this range to this range is what I usually ask for.
Yeah.
No, I was maybe a year and a half ago. I found out that no, you asked for the pay that you fucking want. And that's what they pay you when
Yeah,
we're
you
all
gotta
doing the same
gamble on
job.
it. You gotta believe
Now,
that you
if I'm
deserve
an
whatever they're paying.
immigrant, when I'm an immigrant, if you're going to be a kitchen person and you're going to work and do dishes, they're maybe going to give you $17 to $20 an hour compared to this kitchen person who's going to get, if anything, maybe like $9 to $10, when even an American citizen girl who's like a hostess is gonna get 12
But
when they're
think
doing this
about,
work, and they're probably gonna
hold
pay
on
them
real
under the
quick.
table.
Hold on real
That's
quick.
not the American
Think
dream
about
because
what
I
they're
can't
making.
you can't pay your bills with $15 an hour right now.
They can.
Plus Ubering to work and everything. They
It's
probably know
called
some other
budgeting.
budgeting, but do you want to budget? No, you don't want to budget. I don't want to
I
budget.
don't
I want to be
to. That's because I
comfortable.
was my
But
mentality
I
was a
want to
little
be
fucked up.
comfortable.
I'm
When
not
you
gonna
come
lie.
here thinking
But
that
I'm
you're coming for
fixing
a
it.
dream, and that's also why citizens. Let me be honest with you. That's why illegals sell drugs and do the crimes that they do. You know why? Because if we do crimes, we're going to jail, and
Goddamn.
if we do crimes, we're going to jail. We're staying in jail. We're American citizens. If I was not an American citizen, I would do that too. You know why? Because they're gonna literally put me in jail for a little bit, and then they're gonna deport me to my country, and then I'm gonna be free to do what the fuck I want. So I come here to make them big bands, make that money. They don't do it because they're lazy and they're sitting on their couch. They're not getting paid what we're getting paid, and whatever we're getting paid, we cannot pay our fucking bills with that money. So the American dream is a lie. Yes, they come here for a better life. It's more safer and it's more comfortable, but it's not a better life. Like, just give them a passport and a citizenship. They're in the same predicament we're in. They're middle class, they're low class, and this shit sucks. So immigrants or not immigrants, America is low-key a scam. It is a good country. It's better than the rest, but there's no dream here to be sold. You're
No,
working
but
equally
How
as
is there
hard.
no dream to be sold when
There
there's
is. You
free
can work hard,
enterprise?
but
How is there no
when you
dream to
can't
be
get your
sold when
papers,
how is there no dream to be sold when a man can come to Mexico or a woman can come to Mexico and they can come from nothing and make themselves something?
but
a
not
multimillionaire?
everybody, and not everyone sitting that comes here and doesn't become a billionaire is
Because
sitting
they
on
don't
their
want
ass.
to. Because they don't want to. It all comes down to desire. It's what do you desire
Some of
out
these
of your
people have
life? Not
families
everyone
in another country they have to send money
I'm gonna
for.
because they
say-
want to do that.
Pause
They
real quick.
have
I'm gonna
to
say
take
you're
care of
wrong and
their
right at the
family.
same time.
I'm very family oriented,
Because-
and things aren't always black and white. It's so hard sometimes.
There's a lot of gray, and the fact is, not
There's
everyone
so
can.
much. Yes.
Someone
What do
has
you
to be
mean?
at the bottom.
Someone does have to be at the bottom, but they truly, it's because most people truly do not desire to be a multimillionaire. Most people truly do not desire to be a billionaire. Most people's desire is just
That's
to
your American dream. Now, Mexican,
You won't let me
Hispanic,
finish.
or any other foreigner, they're coming here and that making that little $10, $9 is their dream to not be getting shot at.
That's what they desire.
So they made their
that's-
But they
American
should
dream.
get the equal opportunity. I feel like
They
they're
do.
not sitting on their ass.
They
because
do
they're
get
not
equal opportunity.
getting the opportunity that we get. That's what I'll say. They're not sitting on their ass.
It's very
hard.
unfortunate that
It's very hard.
unfortunate that the Mexican citizens don't get the same opportunity.
And not
that-
Mexicans, any foreigners.
it's very unfortunate that we're talking about Mexico, but how there are actually a lot of opportunity over in Europe. But I'll say this. It's very unfortunate how a lot of people in Mexico don't have the same opportunity as America's because their government exploits them, exploits the people, or exploits the land, doesn't put any of it back into their own economy, and takes it all for their personal gain. That is because their country was not founded on good morals, good rights, and it was not founded for the people.
Is ours?
Yes, it was. Why do you think we have so many amendments that allow us to sit here and talk about our own free opinions without
A
being
lot of Americans don't follow our own laws. We don't take accountability. I love America only because other countries are worse, yes, but if there is a better country or like whatever, when we see little vacations shit, I will go, this is not the best. We are not good people. We do a lot of underneath shit. And when it comes to foreigners or trying to be better, we don't help as much as we really could. So
I mean, do you know how much money we sent over to the UK just in the past couple months? Do you know how much money we've taken out of the own American retirement social security fund that the
So why are they
Democrats
sending money
we're
to
getting
another
into
country? We
politics.
still have-
I'm sorry, I don't mean to get into politics.
all right, ladies. All right.
I'm gonna wind it back real quick. Let
Yeah.
me say my two things. I think my two things. This is why I was gonna ask you the question, like, what was the original question?
Yeah.
Because I think that ties into it, the whole how you're built up, like what you believe in and how your mentality gets fucked up.
Uh-huh.
But I think my two major things are socialization, like how people with all the tech upgrades, there's like so many things that have been advancing so quickly that we can't keep up mentally. It's like there's so many things, TikTok, dating apps, how technology in general is advancing, that it like fucks you up because we're probably like 2 decades behind on laws and everything else like that on where things have advanced. And the second one is like sexualization. For a woman, I'd say it's the rampant like, hey, like you can fuck whoever you want to, and it's all right. And then for guys, it's the same thing, but it was like a delay. It was like since women got that message, men got that message like 10 years later, and that hey, like you have this freedom too. And now we're lying to guys saying it doesn't affect you.
Can I say this? Are you done? Are you finished your statement?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. From the beginning of recorded time, men have been the ones with their fair share of women, and women have been the ones that have had to have a single husband.
No.
Yeah. Go
No.
back to kings having multiple concubines, multiple wives.
Was
Wait,
everybody kings though?
Wait, hold on.
Not everybody was a king, but how common was it for a queen to have multiple husbands?
No,
it was
but-
not common. It was very common for kings to have multiple wives. It was very common for men to be able to sleep around. It was very common
You can't
for
say
men.
you
But
can't
that
say
wasn't-
just men.
I think you missed my point.
Yeah.
Real
ahead.
quick,
Go ahead,
my
bro.
whole point was
Yeah, what was it? It was
His
like,
point was that
was it about
women-
promiscuous women,
my,
right?
my
No,
point. Original point was promiscuous women. It's gone too far. And then my second point was it came back around since men saw promiscuous women. They made the excuse that it's okay for them because they saw that.
But men have always been told to have sex and
But
to
we're
have
being-
sex with
it-
whoever
it's
they
being-
want,
Before we
and
had
as
the
many
internet-
women as they want.
Hold up.
Sorry.
It's being pushed again. That's my point.
Okay, can I say
So,
something?
like,
When you're done.
It was that's how it was, but now it's being pushed again with how things are now with like farther right, like with Red Bull. It's being pushed that it's okay, but I'd say that it affects men and women the same to be promiscuous.
No, it has not been the same. It has not been pushed the same. We have the internet now, so we have City Girls, and we have Sexy Red, and we have Megan Thee Stallion, and we have big boobs, and we have all these good little horny things. Yes, that's great. But before we had these things, where could women, if you were caught like walking down the street without your husband, they'd be like, "Girl, why are you leaving the house? Like, does your husband know that you're out here?" Women would get beat. All these things we couldn't record it. It didn't happen. Now we have the internet. Men could always cheat. Men could always do things. Men being promiscuous has never been a problem till this day. Like I brought up when we first started, the cheating thing. Men could cheat, but women can't. It didn't start until around Marilyn Monroe, and Marilyn Monroe wasn't really a
She was just a
hoe.
beautiful woman.
She was just a very beautiful woman that showed off nice parts of her body, and then that takes me to ask you.
Okay. No,
If you think it, wait. If you think this is my question for you, if it's gone too far, do you not like a promiscuous woman? Do you not like a little cleavage? Do you not like a little leg? Do you not like a
You
little?
miss one huge factor.
You
in
said
that.
promiscuous women have gone too far because of what?
You miss one factor in that.
What factor?
I'm promiscuous, so I don't have a problem with it. With my
Your words
point,
were it went too far.
it went too far for both. My point is,
Men
it's
don't
a-
post
it's
their
a-
penis on TikTok, and I don't see men posting OnlyFans talking about I'm slanging and danging. I see women doing that.
That's
Women are being more
okay.
sexualized.
Do you know how social media works?
It works both ways, but I'm not seeing. You show me a man's OnlyFans.
My
I've seen
point is,
women's
you see
OnlyFans.
what you want to see. So if you're watching that, that's what you're into. But if you see one guy and you keep on watching guys talking about slanging shit, you'll keep on seeing that shit. So if you see a bunch of man whores
So would
talking,
you do OnlyFans?
I have to say, I think that there's also an agenda on social media. There's people have shown that in China, they show like educational videos, chemistry videos, philosophical videos
So,
are pushed on the feed.
I found out that was false.
Was it really?
Yeah,
But
Andrew
what
Schultz
fact
just pulled
checkers
that.
told you it was false?
The person who came up with that was a comedian named Andrew Schultz, and he was just pulled out of his ass. And then a bunch of government people were like, "Oh yeah, I heard that was true," and so they agreed with him.
But
But
how do you know it's not true?
how do you know it's true? So we're at a stalemate.
Because I feel like you can take an easy look at their society, their students, and how they're advancing. Take a look at our society, our students, and how we're advancing.
But
and
their
there's a clear
society-
difference.
Their society was already like that. They were already pushing education, and we were already not funding education.
Can I ask a question?
So before TikTok, they were already like that.
Okay, you see how you guys are having like this political and like country thing? Yeah, I don't watch CNN. I'm more of a
It
celebrity.
had to do with social media.
I'm
It-
just saying,
it made
yeah,
sense.
but how y'all were going into like China and the way they live their life and their social media and this and that. You know how we say don't judge your body on other women on Instagram, don't compare yourself. Do y'all feel like we should not apply that into politics on how we like, oh, in China, you know, they this and that. Like, why can't, if in America we want to run around with our tops off, like, why
Nah,
I
can't?
feel
there's
like the
definitely things that are like positive
Why
for
do we
our
have to-
country.
I feel like the most important
But
thing
showing
you can-
boobs and being promiscuous, I don't think is the worst thing that happened to our country. Marilyn Monroe was one of the greatest
But
things.
Marilyn Monroe was a very beautiful woman. She did not flash her tits.
I'm just saying she was
She was-
promiscuous.
but
she
'cause
was
she was
labeled a
sexy,
whore
'cause
because
she was a beautiful woman,
winking,
and that was-
flirting.
One
One
mic
at
at a
a- one
time.
at a
One mic
time,
at a
yeah.
time.
I was like,
And that was a great moment in history for women to move forward. She was the first woman that was shot wearing denim pants. Just because she was sexy and promiscuous and might have slept around, which all of us do, right? Most of us at least, doesn't mean that she was a bad person. I think that I don't know how I got to this point, but I think that without Marilyn Monroe, the world would be very, very different.
Yo,
but that's what I'm saying. It's not too
quick
far.
break. Let's read the chats. We got one from Logan, Logan Paul. Shout out to Logan Paul. Hey, ladies, do you take a picture with every guy you sleep with, asking for a friend?
No,
Only the hot ones.
no.
I'm kidding.
All right. From the Zodiac, he said he loves redheads. We have a redhead on the panel.
Oh, my hair's burgundy.
Oh,
It is. I like red hair, and my favorite color is red, so
Okay.
I always have maroon hair.
you want to shout out your DM?
Yes, my name is the Daniela 2Ls SL on Instagram. Follow me. Your favorite Delulu redhead girl.
You have like you make content or you on like
Yeah, I
OnlyFans,
do
something like that?
YouTube. It's Daniela Daniella Lariano Lauriano. Your favorite Caribbean girl. I make content on TikTok, YouTube, just lifestyle stuff.
Okay. Oh, you're Caribbean.
Acting and
Okay, that's
stuff.
what's up,
I
that's
like
what's up.
acting and I like reality TV and
Alright,
funny comedy.
All right. So is Sleepy Joe, is it nighttime yet?
Almost.
I give these ladies affirmative action and they still complain. Oh.
Oh,
Okay. You are from Ten Bundy. You can meet strangers online nowadays. Man, I really mixed out. From Live, Love, Pray. Just checking in. Shout out to you, Live, Love, Pray. Always appreciate the support. Yo, like the video, guys. Like the fucking video. Being a bad bee, nah, skip.
Oh,
I think it was reference to what you were saying earlier, your occupation.
Dang, you made
bad
it leave.
All right, another one from
I was
Logan.
fired.
Another one from Logan. With you ladies, I let my wife have other husbands.
He doesn't really love her then. You don't
Okay.
really love her.
Okay. No, but so would you say that? Would you say the same thing the opposite way?
Yes.
Like, okay, so you say the same thing?
Yeah, I think that if you truly love someone, like you wouldn't cheat on them, you wouldn't do any harm, you would be completely selfless. You would think about them before you think about themselves, before you think about yourself.
No, but sex, like sex isn't the same. Would you say sex? Would you say men and women are the same?
In what manner? We're
Just-
both humans.
What's the
Like-
question? Ask
Yeah,
the
what's the
question.
question?
Straightforward.
No, okay. So would you say sex for men and women is the same?
Yes.
Like the value we
answer
place
first.
on sex
You answer first. Or you want me?
and like our sexual.
I feel like sex is needed in my relationship. I need to have sex at least every other day when I'm in a relationship. And sex is equally enjoyable for a man as it is for a woman, if that's what you're asking.
I feel like sex is way more emotional for a woman than it is for a man.
Oh, yeah.
Only if the man does not love the woman. If the man truly loves the woman, it will be an emotional experience where both people will be able to connect emotionally and spiritually. And if a man truly loves a woman, he will take that woman's feelings into account, knowing that since they've slept together and they've had that bond, he wouldn't want to hurt her. So he would not betray that trust unless they previously had the agreement of an open relationship.
Would you say that it's true that most sexual experiences that women have, most people that they have sex with, they're emotionally attached to them?
No,
I would say
absolutely
no.
not.
Most so
But I think that most men, not all men, most men who have sex with women have more of an emotional attachment to women. They're emotionally attached to the women and then they have sex. Women aren't as much emotionally attached until they have sex.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. For a woman to have sex, would you say that she needs to be more
No,
emotionally
I
attached?
could just think you're cool, be vibing, have sex with you, then be like, damn, I actually really like him.
A
Now
wo-
that I have sex
Okay.
with you, I'm more attached.
Okay, and what about you?
I think that a woman can literally like not find a guy attractive at all and then have sex with him
And be in love.
and then be like, oh my god,
Upset.
he's amazing.
Them chemicals.
Ready to
Them
die.
chemicals.
Ready to
Men,
die.
Did you know that scientifically those love chemicals only take like 72 hours to exit a man's body, but it takes a woman 2 weeks for those love chemicals to exit your body? So a woman can be completely delusional because of the hormone drug cocktail that they have coursing through their brain and their body, be completely infatuated by a guy that is completely terrible for them, but like all of their hormones are like, oh my god, this is the best sex I've ever had, we really really like this guy. Take that woman and separate her from him for like a month to 90 days. She's gonna be like, I'm good.
I want
It
to
was
bring it
just
back
the sex.
real quick. I want to bring it back to the standards thing, and that's
Let me
why.
finish the chat. Let me finish the chat. Real
Okay,
quick.
okay.
All right, so another one from. Wait, my bad. 1 second. We have more chats. Why do women need education? It doesn't seem to be helping. Oh, how do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm going to talk to this person and the law of attraction man that I see saying,
Respond to
I
that one
know-
first.
I know that you guys want to get a rise out of me, but you are obviously a man who is insecure in his own masculine energy, and
Why do
you
you think
feel
Why do you think it's a man? It could be a female.
it's obviously a man.
What? Why? Why do you think it's a dude? Why do you?
Women should not have opinions. He says women should not talk unless they're making a sandwich. That sounds like a man. And if it is a woman, you probably have like a lot of issues, and I hope that you get help. And since you are a man, and I know that you're a man watching this, and you'll probably fetishize about me later,
Oh,
I think that you should get a lot of help, and you're probably one of like the 25-year-old virgins that have never had a woman before, and that's why you're so bitter against women. So maybe if you were nicer to women, a woman might be interested in you. But since you're an a-hole, no woman will ever be interested in you. And I hope that you don't get a woman because you obviously don't know how to treat one.
all right. Okay.
That's what I have to say.
So another one from Live, Love, and Pray. Logan, I am really behind. I'm really far behind, but are you trolling or serious? I guess she's not. She's not caught up. From Logan, I love my Nina so much. I want other men. Yeah, let's skip all that.
I don't think
Talking
that
about
means you love her. I think that means you're just treating her as an object for other men to use her. And you find enjoyment on that, which is actually another trait of toxic masculinity, finding enjoyment out of using women as objects. You should probably get therapy.
all right, all right.
I didn't think y'all were going to like me on this talk show because I'm so brutally honest, but I really wanted to take the chance and be honest.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Desmond. What you have?
Oh shit! What was I gonna say? What was the last thing we were talking about?
About the sex being different for men and women.
Ah, fuck that shit. Keep on going.
All right.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
So let's move on with the question. All right. So question number 2: how can individuals protect themselves from potential dating scams or manipulative partners?
I feel like the biggest favor. Can I answer or do you want to go first? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest favor you can do for yourself is get off these BS dating apps because they're full of toxic people who really don't care about you. And it's like a real big hookup culture. So if you're actually someone wanting to have a serious relationship, just work on yourself, focus on yourself, and you'll be able to sniff out the scams and the bullshit from a mile away.
And learn
Well-
how to socialize.
Well, also it's not necessarily the question didn't specifically say dating apps. It just said dating scams in general.
I think that's how most people get scammed, though, is through the dating apps because who gets scammed in real life?
I'd say it's top 3, but there's definitely other scams.
Yeah. Like let's say those foodie dates. You know,
I'd
those,
say watch their actions.
yeah.
That's the most important thing because a lot of people they hear what they want to hear. So someone may be telling them, or someone either they're lying to them or they'll tell them, "I'm not. This is what I'm looking for,"
Mhm.
but they want something different. So they'll keep on lying to themselves and hoping for the best.
Mm.
But watch what they're doing. Watch what the chick is doing. Watch what the guy is doing. Whatever they're doing, Their actions will prove to you what they really mean. So if they say they love you and they act like they love you, then duh, they most likely do. But if they say they do and then they're fucking around and doing other bullshit, then obviously they don't care about you. If they're not treating you like you have value.
Mhm.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
As to like get around like the foodie scam dates. If you're a man and you're interested in a woman and you ask her on a date, personally for me, you're supposed to pay for the meal. Obviously, it depends on what kind of woman you have. If she has a lot of class, she's not going to order the most expensive thing on the menu.
Well, we're beyond that. We're talking about like foodie date scams. How do they address that?
I think that number one, dating apps. If you're not on dating apps, you probably won't get scammed on a foodie date. Number two, if you're a man,
Wait. So before you said don't get off dating apps, now
No,
you're saying
she's
get on
still
dating
saying
apps.
if you're on a dating app, you're
You'll probably
probably
get
getting scammed for a foodie date.
Okay.
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think that's true, but I get what you're saying.
Number one, and then the next thing I want to say, if you're a man and you're asking a woman on a date and you do spend money on that date and she never contacts you again, you still gained experience from that date. Hopefully during that date you were paying attention, noticing her red flags. Hopefully during the time talking to her and texting her, you gain that experience, and now you'll be able to tell if a woman is just trying to get you to pay for a free meal or if she's actually interested. Also, if you're a man and you're trying to take a woman out on a date and you cannot afford the dinner, in my opinion, you should not be dating. If you have a woman, you should want to be able to provide for her, and it shouldn't be an issue if you're paying for the meal. If you
Would
can't
you
pay
say-
for the meal, don't date.
Would you say for first date has to be a dinner date or it can be somewhere else?
Personally, a dinner date's always good because you can like get to talk to someone. But personally, I would prefer something more interactive, maybe like paintballing, rock climbing, axe throwing, something where you can like get to know the person and get to know their hobbies and
Yeah,
like things they
yeah.
enjoy doing.
Well, like a foodie date or a dinner date, you hardly get to talk at all, man. Because
Yeah, I'd say that should be a
you're
second
just
or
there
third
to
date.
eat. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a man and you're wanting to avoid the food scams, tell her if she's like, "Hey, I want to go to a dinner," be like, "You know what? I would actually really love to do something that you enjoy doing. Do you like ice skating? Do you like going to a paint and sip? I want to get to know you. I don't want to be like everyone else." And that's going to make you stick out to her 5 times more. She's going to be like, "Oh, he doesn't just want to take me to dinner," because most guys who want to take you to dinner are expecting to get you drunk and try to get you back to a hotel room or try to get you back to their place or their place. If you're a man and you want to take a woman out, ask her to maybe go for brunch, something that doesn't make her feel like you're just going out after the sex. But even like to go a further step, I would say like pursue a hobby or something new that neither one of you have done. And it doesn't have to be crazy. It could be a $10 arcade, laser tag, or something like that.
I'd say
Bro.
the good option is, like she said before, like those fun dates. But I'd say instead of for her, I'd say first date should be something you enjoy. That way, even if it was a wash, you're still having fun.
Exactly.
So it's like a date you'd enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So, but for me, it was axe throwing. But I do like axe throwing. Like I go to like a place I actually enjoy the drink. So it's not just like, oh, like we're getting drunk. It's like a place I like the energy, I like the music, and then we're having fun chatting somewhere you can socialize and get to know the person. And then second, third dates can be like foodie because you know the person, you actually seem interested in them and they seem interested in you.
So let me ask, it might not be a question, but it would be a comment. Like, let's say me and you were talking and over Tinder or whatever, and we were going to go to a date.
So cute for you.
And we were going to go on a date. As a woman, I would be a lot more like, wow, this guy's a gentleman. He really likes me. If you were to offer, like, what do you like to do? Because that shows that like you're taking into consideration her feelings and what she likes. And then if she just says dinner, then I would be like, well, I actually really like axe throwing. Would you like to go to that? And then if she keeps pushing for the dinner, you can tell she's just in for the free food.
Can I join in?
Real quick,
all right.
for me, I think it just depends on my mood. So like if I'm feeling this, then I don't want to give the option. But if I'm feeling adventurous, I'll like just list out like, hey, these are 3 things I'm feeling like doing. Are you down for any of these? And they'll pick the one that sounds the most fun to them. But all 3 sounded fun to me.
Yeah. And I think that that's good. And women love men.
Close to the mic.
Women love men who are able to, take charge like that, but also like give them the option and take their feelings into consideration. So I would I would assume that you guys have been texting a little bit and you know some of her likes, some of her dislikes. I think a great way to get past the foodie date and even make yourself stand out to a woman is to tell her, I have an amazing first date for us to go on. I don't want to tell you much, and then just go take her on something fun.
Can I join in?
All right, wait,
Oh.
Danny. The question is, how do guys or how do people just in general avoid dating scams? We brought up the example of foodie dates.
Dating scams?
Yeah, so like let's say a guy, he invites a girl out to go out on a date, get to know her and whatnot, and he says, "Hey, let's go grab a meal." And he says, "Let's go grab a meal," and they go out and go eat, and she just ghosts him and never reaches out again. How does a guy avoid that?
Okay, so
Close to the mic.
first off, you can't avoid that because you never know. You may think that because they just could be busy,
Close to the
but
mic.
There's
Um,
definitely ways to easily avoid it. But
yeah,
keep going.
there's ways to easily avoid it. But me personally, it doesn't matter how you look and stuff because you're a guy. It matters about your confidence and the initiative that you take and how you go about it. A good day, what I love is like if we're talking online and I tell you things I like I'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And like if I tell you I like half price sushi on Mondays, "Oh, it's Monday. What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm hungry." "Oh, I like you to be like, "Hey, what about sushi?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't even remember that, but you remember that because you cared about me so much." Or if someone asks me on a date, for them to be like Mexican, Italian, or Mediterranean because those are my three favorite options. So you know how girls are indecisive? It's like you're not telling me where we're gonna go, but you're not just like, "You wanna go out to dinner? Let me know where." You give me options, so like I have choices.
But how does this
But-
avoid
Yeah.
getting ripped off?
No, I'm saying that avoids getting ripped off because that could probably like make the chances better. And then as far as getting ripped off, don't go out with girls that are not to be mean, but girls who are way too materialistic, out of your league, ungrateful. If she's telling you let's go to Nobu somewhere where you clearly have to make a reservations, you can't just show up and grab
Yeah,
a seat
but
first come first serve.
but Danny, the question is, how do you avoid women like that? So no matter what, you're in that situation. How do you avoid that next time?
It should only happen one or two times till a man
Oh,
is
I'm
able
sorry,
to
babe.
sniff
I'm
out.
saying from a girl's point of view, to me, like how you're asking the question, I'm saying for me as a girl, if I were to go on a date with you, how to avoid me dealing with like splitting the check or some bullshit like that. Go somewhere affordable.
No,
Don't ask.
no,
But for a
no.
guy, I don't know. I'm not a man, so I can't talk for you. But for me, not to get scammed and have to go half on the tab every time I go out with you, even though
You
I
have
like
to ask her a
you.
girl question.
Yeah.
This, Danny.
I'm answering his
How-
question as a girl. Like I would not. I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, can you take me to Nobu's?" Knowing damn well that I can't afford Nobu's. Now you're like, "Hey, baby, can you go 50 on the tab? I have fun tonight." And now I can't. To not get scammed, like I'd rather go somewhere nice, like Taco Bell. And if you end up being a douche and you're like, "Damn, baby, I forgot my wallet. I mean, we can go to my crib." Boom, I'll pay the whole fucking tab and I'll fucking leave. So for a girl point of view, to
But
not
I
get
did
scammed,
forget my wallet.
Right.
be genuine if that's what you're asking. For a man, I can't tell you because I'm not a man. But for a girl, I know there's girls I know who will be like, "I want to go to Nobu's. I want this and that." But now if that man ends up being like, "Oh shit, shorty, I forgot my wallet. You got me. I'm gonna Uber you when we get to the crib." Now they're fucked out of luck because they know they're broke bitches that have no money, and now you got scammed. So for a girl, that's how I'm answering your
Which
question.
women, if you're broke, you shouldn't be dating either.
Yeah, that
Men,
point,
if you're
basically.
broke, you shouldn't be dating. Women,
Yeah.
if you're broke, you shouldn't
But
be
for a
dating.
man, same thing applies. Don't take a woman out on a date. Don't try to impress a woman knowing that your bills are due, that you got a test due tomorrow at 9 a.m. Now you're trying to go to after hours to pop out on a bitch. Like, take your bitch ass home and just be genuine. Go on a genuine date. Be a genuine person. That's how you not to get scammed. And then if a bitch clearly scams you and you go again and again, scam me once, shame on you. Scam me twice.
So in summary, watch actions.
Yeah.
Get
Exactly.
laid.
Don't
Yeah,
get
And
don't
yeah.
get tricked.
But the biggest one is go out there doing what you want to do. That's what the first date should be. If you like bowling, take her out to bowling. If she don't want to go bowling, fuck her. She's not the one then. Because if you do something that you want to do the first date, you can automatically one, you're doing what you want to do, so you're not missing out no matter what. And two, you can gauge her out to see if she's the one, because you can see if she's humble enough to still do something that you want to do, and still be there for you, not for the activity itself, or not for the meal itself, or not for you just paying for her itself. You want to go out there doing something that you want to do, so you can gauge her out and see if she's there for you or for the date.
Bassett,
Go ahead.
that is advice from a man.
Yeah.
You didn't. I feel like you didn't really. You said his advice. You didn't really say our advice. If you're a man,
No, but no, but
I want to tell the men how to win with the ladies.
No,
I
but-
genuinely want to give them some game.
because
that
you're
definitely
saying
works.
no.
Unfortunately,
No, the thing is, you're saying like the women's perspective, but women don't usually pay for dates. It's guys that are paying for dates, and we're saying dating scams.
But guys pay for dates because they want the woman. So if you want the woman, you have to take her thoughts and feelings into consideration, not
Yeah.
just think about what you want to do. Don't just say fuck it, I want to do what I want to do on the date.
you're right. But I'm gonna say this.
I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, but let me say this.
Okay, let her cook. Let her cook.
Women will
All right, I'll
date.
let you cook.
Women will
Season.
date
I'm
a
gonna
couple.
season.
Women will date a couple men at the same time. I don't know if men do the same thing, but women definitely will. Now, if I'm dating 3 guys or even just 2 guys at one time, and a man takes me to something that I told him I genuinely enjoy on a first date, and he actually takes my thoughts and feelings into considerations, opens the doors, brings me flowers, that's gonna, because women, we're suckers for words. We're suckers for actions. That's gonna make me fall for him 10 times faster.
Go with the first part and take out step 2 and 3, and you're good.
Maddie, stop the cap, because
No, I'm
if
being
you're
honest.
dating 3 guys at a time, you've done all those fucking things. So stop the cap.
If I'm dating 3 guys at a time, it's because I'm sifting and sorting, and some
No.
just want to take you out on a dinner date, and some actually want to get to know you and take you to go do things that you like and that you enjoy, and that is the man that you should pursue.
I'm
You
not
should
saying
not pursue the man that is so selfish that he only thinks about his feelings.
no.
You should pursue the man that thinks about your feelings and your thoughts and your considerations, because as a woman, you are the prize, period.
Yeah,
One.
you're the
Man,
prize lady.
If you,
You
man,
are.
if you want a woman, you really have to put in the work. Don't take her on a dinner date if you're scared about getting scammed for dinner. Like
Yeah,
you
and
said,
how you were saying about the paying for money thing, I wasn't wanting to join in because, yes, like how we were talking about earlier, she was like, every time we go out, I see your ex-boyfriend would pay for your meal. Yes, but that's what he should pay for. And she was like, okay, so how was he selfish? He was selfish because if I could pay for a meal, I would pay for a meal, but I would never get Christmas gifts, never get Easter gifts, never get birthday gifts. I've gotten Valentine's gift once, but he makes $5 an hour. I would make $12 an hour, and let me have gotten my little tiny itty bitty shitty paycheck, and I would go to Walmart and get some nice little house shoes, and it was just the little things that matter. Of course, they're not Givenchy, Gucci, or anything, but my ex would like when Barbie came to being a movie, he was like, "Oh, they're $25 movie tickets." I'm like, oh, $25 a person? This man goes, no, $25 for both of the tickets. And I go, okay, so what's the problem? He's like, well, you're going to want to smoke and get snacks and stuff like that. Like, that is not.
He's
It
the
sounds like
ex.
I'm being
He's the
ungrateful.
ex.
Yeah, he's my
Hold
ex.
on.
But it sounds like I'm being
Bring the volume
ungrateful.
down.
Yeah. Well,
It sounds like I'm being ungrateful, but
so
at
what's
the same
the
time,
point?
the point that I was making was like, you should pay for that shit, and that's not being ungrateful because men don't really do as much as they should. They feel like you're begging or like women this and that. Like,
Maybe you can articulate it better, Maddie. Go ahead.
yeah,
I feel like as a man, again, you should only get scammed on a date 1 or 2 times till you're able to spot the red flags if this woman isn't really interested and she just wants a free dinner.
That's where the experience comes in.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you, if you develop yourself, you will not attract a low value woman, because you will be a high value man, and you will not be attracting the kinds of women that just want a free dinner out of
sorry,
you.
yeah.
You'll be attracting the kind of woman that wants to build a life with you, be a partner, and wants to give you the space to be a man thriving in his masculine energy that creates a fruitful and healthy environment that allows a woman to thrive in her feminine energy.
Yeah.
It's all about developing yourself. If you cannot sniff out a scam, I can sniff out a scam a mile away. It doesn't matter what it is. If you cannot sniff
Then
out
you
a
got dropped as a
scam,
baby.
That's why, no. That's why I got distracted
What-
from the point. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what I was basically saying is when you were asking me the question, I was answering in a women's perspective because I can't speak for a man, but as a woman, I've been scammed a lot of like being so in love with a man and doing so much, thinking that I'm a traditional woman. Like if I could, I would be a housewife. I'd sit home all day. I'd garden. I'm great with kids. But no, I've been in relationships where like I'll do so much and get a guy a haircut, this and that, and I wouldn't even get like Valentine's Day gifts. So when you were asking about the scamming thing, I was answering a woman's perspective because say you take me out on 2-3 dates because you want to clearly sleep with me and I actually like you, I can tell you want to sleep with me, but because I grow to like you, I'll be like, damn, he takes me out, he does something, I'll start paying for you. And because I do that one time, you'll take advantage of me. That's how men are. So women low
That's
key,
all
Wait,
women know
wait,
that's how
wait,
majority of men
wait,
are.
wait. So you're saying you with a guy, right? Y'all went on first day. He paid for the first day, all that, and it got to one time, and you pay for him to get a haircut.
No, I'm saying I'll pay for the date if I actually like you, but that one date that I pay for, now it's constantly like we're splitting the day or you got it this time, little jokes and shit. Like once you show a man you care, you do one little thing and pick up that stick as a woman, men take advantage of you. So it's like when you were like, oh, how do you not get scammed as a man? Let's be honest. When
No,
you're
it's the
taking that
same
girl
thing
on
for
a date,
both.
are you really getting scammed? Because if she
Let's take
sleeps with
it.
you
Let's
tonight,
take
you
it
wouldn't
3
feel like you
steps
were getting
back.
scammed if she didn't talk to you tomorrow. You low key want to sleep with her. That's why you're taking
It sounds like
her.
you need to take these tips too.
I don't know. That's just me.
No, I'm serious. Like,
I've spent a lot of money on men, so
yeah, so if you see
And
them
I've-
after like 1 or 2 dates,
I've
if
never
you see
scammed
them,
a man. You go out with
no,
me
I'm
because you want to
saying
sleep with
if
me.
you see,
One mic at a time. One mic at a
What?
time. Go ahead,
if
Desmond.
if you're spending money on a dude and you see that, then it should be one day. You're like, okay, that's it, and then the next one you're like, you got it. If he
Yeah.
doesn't got it, you did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So if you don't want to do it just for doing the purpose, just don't do it then.
If he doesn't have money, I'm not okay. I get what y'all are saying, but I've never done that. Like I go like right now, if y'all want to go eat, I'll go eat, whatever. But if I don't talk to you after that, are you really gonna be upset? Like it just didn't work out. That's not you getting scammed though.
No,
That's not a scam.
No. We're
Let
talking
me
about
ask you this.
we're talking about in the dating world. So let's say I
If we went
approach.
on a date, it didn't work, and you paid for my date. Is that a scam? Because I don't.
No.
Hit you up
Yeah,
Wait, let me
yeah.
ask you,
That's a
gentlemen,
scam
this.
because I don't hit you up the next day.
Let me
Because then it'll be a foodie date.
I don't know. I'm
Hey,
saying
babe.
it depends on
Hey
the day.
babe, I wasn't feeling it. It didn't really feel like we were connected. I would love to still be friends, but yeah.
No. This is my question for both you
That's-
gentlemen.
Yeah, let's go.
The point of asking a woman out on a date is to spend time with her. Yes or no? Just yes or no.
No, they want to sleep with us.
I didn't ask you.
They want to sleep with us.
The point
I'm gonna be
the point of asking a woman on a date is to spend time with her. Yes or no?
depends on the woman.
When you ask a woman on a date that you like, you are talking to on a dating site, you want to spend time with her. Yes or no? When you ask to see her in
Depends
person.
on the woman.
If you ask a woman to see her in person, you want to meet
Right
her.
now, yes.
Okay.
In the past, no.
So
No,
right now,
Well, for me necessarily. I
y'all
would
are
say,
being y'all are
No.
If you ask a woman to
chill
meet,
out, chill
Hold on,
out.
wait, let me answer the question longer because it's not a yes or no question.
it is a yes or
It's
no
not a yes or
question.
no question because sometimes a woman and a man are on the same page where they want to get to know each other, but they just want to get to know each other.
It's just a yes or no question.
They
If
don't
you
want
are
to get to know each other.
interested-
Whether you're dating,
No.
Wait, let me say
Either
this,
they
let me
want
say
to
this.
fuck or they want to spend time together and
where
get to know each
everyone
other.
here
That's
is
why I
wrong.
said it's a
No, everyone here is wrong because you know that y'all want to sleep with women, and then she's saying it in a way of like, I get what she's saying. It's like you know you want to, but also when I go on a date
There's
with the
three
man,
different answers.
you don't have to be good looking or anything. I can grow to love a man. I'm going out because I want to have a fucking company. I want someone to fucking hang out with.
Can I answer it one more time?
The reason
I just want
to
someone to hang
ask
out with.
someone to hang out, whether it's a date or a walk or whatever, is to spend time with them.
Not everybody.
Sometimes it's a yes. Sometimes
Men
it's a maybe.
ask me,
Sometimes it's a no.
I ask
So
you.
like there's some women I'm gonna go longer. There's some women where like I genuinely felt like we were gonna connect, like I wanted to get to know them on a deeper level. There are some women I thought they might be cool, and then I get to know them more and I'm out.
But
And there's some women where we both agreed that we just want to fuck. And that's why I said go ahead. But that's
Okay,
why
then
But
what was your
the whole
question by that?
point is to meet with them, to get to know them, to make those decisions.
Yes.
Correct? So the
Yup.
whole point
Yes.
You
Yes.
should
The whole-
already know.
the
Most guys
whole-
already know before even going
The
out
whole-
there.
Okay.
the whole point of asking a woman out on a date is to spend time with her, to get to know her, and to see if she would be a good fit for your potential partner. So if you did that and you spent the money and you realize that this woman sitting across from you is in fact a woman that just wants you only for a free dinner,
See, this goes.
Is that really a scam? Because she taught you a lesson that this is not the kind of woman that you want. So she gave you a priceless experience
I'm gonna
that
take
should give
it.
you
Can I,
wisdom.
can I
I'm gonna
re-ask the question
Real
how
quick,
she's
I'm
asking it?
gonna bring it back to something else we talked about. A lot of guys have low standards, so I've only gotten scammed once, and I was probably like 21.
But
Because
was
I get what she's asking.
So,
Can I
was
ask
it
it?
a scam or was it a experience that you are grateful for because now you know the kind of woman that you need not to be around? I want you to understand that that scam paid you far more in experience than the number on the bill ever could.
I'm not complaining about it, but I'm saying that's still a scam. Just like there's people who get.
It's not, because you learned. You gained something of it.
You can
A
learn.
scam is when someone says, "Hey, send me $500 on Cash App. I'm going to send you 5,000." You send them the 500. You never see the money. You still got value out of your experience.
And you still got scammed, so it was both. It was a good lesson
still
and
got
a
value.
scam. It was
you
both.
still got value.
It was both. It was a learning lesson.
I
and
think
it was
it's
a scam.
okay. I have a, sorry.
perspective for each person. You could view
can't
it as a
just, like,
scam.
cross out the scam.
You
Okay,
could
look.
view it as a scam, and I could view it as a point of learning that this will never happen to
Now
me
this
again.
is the question. This is a question for everybody.
It's just like failure. You
I have a
still
good
learn
question
from the
for
failure.
everyone. Now that what y'all were talking about, this is for everybody because I'm gonna ask a question
Go ahead, Danny.
and an
What's up?
easy way to explain it. Okay, so now that we were talking about relationships, this, and that, horning around, how do we all feel for the girls? How do you feel about the liberation of women and us being able to be free with our boobs down, having city girl stuff? And how do y'all feel about city girls, city boys, and like the dogging each other and the like polyamorous stuff? How do you feel about that? Are you more of a person with the morals of like we should be two people in a relationship, being secure, talking to other people is like a thing, or do you feel like you're open to?
I got two answers.
Okay, you go first.
For me, great. For society, horrible.
Wait, great what? The openness of liberation of sex being a free thing
I'd
and
say for
not judging sex.
woman and man, it's been fun. But for the value of society, it's
If
been
your
bad.
girlfriend right now that you were with was like, hey, you know what? I think I want to try some stuff with a girl. I made out with this girl in the club last night. I felt so I want to have sex with her. Is that gonna make you feel jealous? Is that now make her a whore? Are you gonna judge her? Are you gonna blame the society?
I'm going to.
What if he says no? It's only me and her. You can't come.
Then I'm going home, and she's not coming back home ever again.
Oh,
So
you see what I'm saying?
cheating if he
Yeah,
can't
it's
come
cheating
along.
if he can't come along.
That's fair. That's
problem.
fair.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
That's
it's
a
a
standard.
problem. I think that it's fair. I think that that's fair. If she is being sexually involved with someone else without you there, without like your prior, like, okay, like that's the thing about relationships. You have to respect each other or it's not a relationship.
What about you?
No, Danny didn't. I mean, Maddie didn't answer.
What was the question?
Maddie didn't answer.
What
No.
was the question?
She
The
was
question
saying,
is
like,
the liberation of sex being like,
I think that I don't know. What do you mean the liberation of sex? The liberation.
she's saying like with city girl culture, like the liberation of women and
like
and,
if you
and being
decided like,
sexual.
fuck it, me and my boyfriend want to have a threesome, or your boyfriend's like, you know what, babe, like you this and that, like let's try something new. Like, would you be down or would you be offended if your man was like, let's have a threesome? You choose the girl and everything, or guy, whatever y'all are into.
Me personally, I think that sex is sacred and it should be shared with a partner. And I think that if you want to explore other things, you shouldn't be in a closed off relationship.
So
Facts.
you're in a closed relationship. You would never add a girl or a guy, or you and your boyfriend would never go to like a swingers couples club.
No, I wouldn't. I've seen a lot of people like try to do that and implement that into their relationships, and most of the time it ends in jealousy.
Most people aren't built
dysfunction.
for that.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I don't think that it usually works personally.
And for me, I love city girls. Shout out to the city girls, man.
Oh, I wanted to comment on that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Matt. That's what we're talking about.
This bitch Megan the Stallion has all you bitches fooled. Okay, this woman is in a very perfectly happy relationship with a man.
Most of them
treats
are.
her
Party.
very well.
Girl,
So
who fool? We all knew.
all this city girl stuff, they're not actually living what they're preaching. So all y'all look like fucking clowns.
They're making the dollar bills from it,
Fucking,
but they aren't living
fucking
it.
all these dudes, being whores, dressing like hoochie mamas, lowering your value.
Shout out to
and,
the
like,
hoochie mamas.
I mean, shout out to the hoochie mamas.
Shout
right?
out to the whores and the hoochie mamas.
Everybody likes to look.
I
but,
love
like,
whores and I love hoochie mamas and I love the liberation.
They're lying
It's
to you.
penis out.
They are lying to you, sister, brother. They're lying to you.
I'm not
They
lying to
are
you
in
guys.
happy relationships.
I believe in
They are
rock
not
out.
out here fucking all these motherfuckers.
Hey, you can be in a
STDs.
happy.
They're in happy relationships.
You can be in a happy relationship and you can rock out with your cock out and pop off with your top off. So
Look at
Shout out to
Offset and
Danny,
Cardi
man.
B.
That's
They
the
are
city girl
not
of the
happy.
panel. Shout out to Danny.
I'm a city girl. I'm
She's a
about
city girl.
love. I'm for the city boys. I feel like love is in the air. I feel like we should all like.
No, because city girls and city boys, that's like the complete opposite of love. That's not love there. That's being selfish. And selfishness is the exact opposite.
Would your
of
boyfriend
love.
be mad if you were making out with all your homegirls?
Yeah, my boyfriend would be mad. And I would be mad
Why?
if he was making out with all his homeboys.
Oh.
Weird. That would be weird.
Man, you both. I'd be like, God damn, is this something y'all need to tell me?
Why would I be mad? Because no, why would he?
I kiss my homegirls, and my ex boyfriend would be so mad. He would be like, I don't like when you hang out with them because I feel like you're gonna eat their pussy one day.
All right, okay. So we're gonna start wrapping it up. The last question is, what advice do you have for individuals who have experienced rejection or heartbreak and want to bounce back stronger?
Honestly,
Oh.
honestly, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. So what? You got your heart broken in high school. So what? They laughed at you when you did that embarrassing thing. So what? You farted in front of class and you thought no one heard you guys. No one remembers those things except for you.
My heart remembers.
Stop. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But you can laugh about it now. You can laugh about it now. So all of that trauma, don't think of it as like a weight holding you back or extra baggage. You need to think of it as wisdom and experience.
Nah,
and
be the
something-
elephant.
Something
Hide. No, I'm kidding.
that's freeing you. Something that is taking away your bondage. Something that feels like freedom. Something
Logan's
that
got you.
feels fucking good. Y'all don't care about the past. The past doesn't matter. Change it forward and have the fucking time of your life.
Okay. Who let her cook, man?
Killing spree.
Right. Yeah.
About to have a lukewarm meal.
All right.
What was the question again? I
All
forgot.
right, all right, Danny. So, what advice do you have for people that have been through breakups and through bad
I'm
relationships?
going through a breakup.
And how do they get over it? And how do they bounce back stronger?
Okay, so how do you get through a breakup, going through it and everything? So like I told, I get through a breakup by staying distracted. I hang out with my family. I hang out with my friends. And as far as being rejected is also a good thing because you don't want to be with a yes man. You don't want to be with someone who constantly says yes. Because when I started looking at a man's little lineup, like his roster and girls he's been with, come on, girl. You don't want to be standing with the losing team. So when it comes to rejection, that's a good thing. If they say no, they might end up only liking ugly people. And so you're too beautiful. So take rejection with a grain of salt. Keep it pushing. Hang with your family. Stay retracted. And God has something bigger for you. So whenever your life is going bad and you're losing everything is because God is taking the little things and giving you something big. So don't be a greedy bitch and let go.
Yo, what the fuck, Tim Bundy? He said
You want to survive a breakup from me?
from Tim Bundy, you won't survive a breakup from me. Yeah, I know what he's talking about, right? I know who Tim Bundy is.
Yeah,
Ted
I know
Bundy,
who
yeah.
Ted Bundy is.
The
That's
movie.
not the real Ted Bundy. We
I know, but that's
you're
what
a
he
fake.
What? It's not the real.
You're a
Oh my
faker.
god!
That's a real one.
I thought it was a real one. What?
Email.
All
I mean,
right.
guys, the most important thing is like if y'all are rejected, they weren't for you anyway, and be happy that they rejected you because they weren't your person, and it saved you time. My Instagram is Maddie_the God.
Mine is
Wait.
Daniela, the THEDANIELLASL.
Wait, Maddie, didn't you say you have a boyfriend? Why are you giving out your Instagram? What's up with that?
Because
What?
Instagram
You can
pays
give out
for
Instagram.
views, followers, likes, and comments, and I don't discriminate.
If your
against dollar
boyfriend-
bills,
If your boyfriend
baby.
doesn't let you give out your Instagram, he's toxic. Leave him.
My boyfriend is not toxic. He
Her boyfriend's
supports me
not
in everything that I do.
Support her
Okay.
too.
Mayo.
Okay.
I have a boyfriend.
I
no friend.
underscore THAGOD.
All right. Okay, Desmond, do you have anything in regards to that? How do you guys bounce back from breakups and rejections and things like that?
Bounce that ass in the club. That's how I bounce back.
Wait, wait,
Nope. Okay, so grab your balls, take action, get better. Just get better. Like there's something that you were lacking, like where it either just ended just because, but usually there's a reason. Either they were messed up or there was a flaw within you. So just fuck it. Fix yourself. Grow. Get better. Do better.
Oh yeah.
Get in the gym. It'll solve all your problems.
Big ups.
This is the last
Blessings.
thing. This is the last thing. I'm sorry. I know y'all want to end, but this is the last thing. I truly believe that there are no unattractive people. There are just people that don't take care of themselves, don't go to the gym, and don't wear good clothes. Shave, get a good skincare routine, get clothes that fit you well, and go work out every day, and you will be like a 5 at least.
And maybe you can be an ugly fit person.
And like work on your personality, you know? If you're ugly on the inside, your outside does not matter. So go to the gym and clean up your lip.
All right, ladies. Thank you for being on the show. Do y'all have any last things?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yo, like the video, subscribe to the Purple Pill podcast. And ladies, do you have anything else for us? Like,
I had an amazing time. Y'all
Yeah.
are beautiful people. And everyone watching, you have a blessed day. Stay up. Big ups.
and
God
you're not-
Nation.
And for me, real
Yeah, go
quick,
ahead.
check out my YouTube channel, Desmond Broadway, DEZMOND. And got a video coming out Wednesday, street interview. Friday, got a fashion tips. And then, of course, Sunday, got another live show coming.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Shout out to Desmond. Shout out to Desmond for coming through.
Shout out to
Guys,
Desmond.
check out his YouTube and all that. And follow the podcast, Purple Pill Podcast, TX. And thank you guys for like the video. Like the fucking video, all right? If you don't fucking like the video, I'm gonna
Hopefully, we will be
I'm gonna call
back.
Ted Bundy to come and fucking make you like it. All
Ted
right?
Bundy's coming
This
for
is
you.
our first podcast, and I had so much fun. Bye.